Monster Crunch, the breakfast battling card game. Since it's still the 50th anniversary of General Mills' Monster cereal, I thought we should take a look at the official card game that I picked up a while back. Got it at half price from Target, despite it going for like $20 in every other store. Especially Kohl's, which I just kind of find funny. It may or may not have something to do with the big dent in the corner. The game is made for 2 to 5 players, and aside from featuring the big three, Frankenberry, Chocula, and Boo Berry, we are also treated to the obscure Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy, who kinda tag team the same fruit-based cereal. Each character comes with their own bowl of cereal, deck of number cards, and 2 monster power cards. The goal of the game is to eat more cereal than any other player. You do this by playing a hand of 12 number cards into your bowl. The next player in line has to play a card of equal or higher value. A round ends when no one can top the last highest card played. The winner of the round sets the cereal cards aside in a scoring pile. I got a little confused with this next part. It says other players put the rest of their cards in the box. I thought that meant like the decks, like their boxes of cereal. But no, they actually mean inside the box. They are no longer in play. I figured this out when the instructions noted that Boo Berry would have fewer cards in the final round if he used his ghostly Boo Berry power. But before that, let's talk about milk. Milk tokens are basically a consolation for tapping out, and to balance out the game by giving the losing players an advantage next round. On one of your turns, you can use milk tokens to combine cards of equal or more value. And of course, one of those cards has to be equal or higher than the last card played. This is a good way of setting the bar impossibly high for the next player. Unless of course they have some sort of monster power that helps them. This is sorta where the battling in the title comes in. Each monster has 2 powers that they can activate before or after their turn, specified on the card. They can only activate each power once during a whole game, so of course timing is everything. Frankenberry can come out strong and basically take 1 milk token first turn. And for that same milk token, he can ignore most of the rules when it comes to combining cards. Count Chocula can do something similar by sacrificing one of his scorecards for a milk token. I guess if you really need the milk? On the other hand, Going Baddie completely reverses the flow of the game, making you play lower cards each turn. You can play this to come back from the edge of losing, or choose to close out a round early by, playing a 1. Works great if you're already ahead in the score. Fruit Brute lets you combine 2 equal value cards without a milk token, and dictate whether players play even or odd cards this round. Too bad one of his special powers wasn't fixing his broken legs. Yummy Mummy can swap one of the cards in their hands for one in their scoring pile, which is an insane way to reuse that 12 that won the last round. Then you have Unwrapped, which forbids players from combining cards. Now here's the thing. Does this affect Frankenberry's combining power if he activates it? My gut says that the last monster power negates the first one, so for 1 turn, Frankenberry can combine cards. Then there's my boy Boo Berry, basically a glass cannon. They could draw 2 cards before their turn, which will put them at a disadvantage in the final round. But Boo will allow them to double the value of a single card, no milk necessary, which I think is the best power in the game. Simple yet effective. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter what value is printed on the cards, just how many cards in total you have. The player with the most cards by the end of 3 rounds wins the game. So you have an interesting game of chicken where each player wants to play as many cards as they can, while considering when is the best time to close out, or even if they can. If you have nothing over 8, maybe you should consider using a milk token to combine the 6 with the 5 you just played, and try to bank your cards. Or is it better to just lose the round and take another milk token for later? Oh yeah, that's right, you can use multiple milk tokens at the same time, but the value of the 3rd card you play has to be higher than the 2nd card. So you can't play 3 of a kind in 1 round. I should say that the quality of this set is really fantastic. The milk tokens, cereal bowl, and power cards are made of a really hefty cardboard, and the cards are a high-quality cardstock. And I like the minimalistic Art Deco graphic design of the characters. Like, the original 4 appeared in the 1970s, and Yummy Mummy came out in the 80s when the style looked more like this. In a weird way, it was smart of them to make them all look like they come from an alternative reality where they were around in the 1950s, and if they were designed by someone like Tom Oreb. I have very little nostalgia for the monster serials outside of watching the commercials as a kid, but I guess that's what they were banking on when they made this card game. It's actually nice to see that they put some time and craft into what could have been another cash grab. Remember that time Count Chocula tried to undercut all the other monsters out of their cereal?
4 no chocolatey marshmallows for a chocolatey fright in every bite!
What a dick.